Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Before this video starts, I'd like to ask you guys two things. First thing is, please consider liking this video and please consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps a lot. So definitely please consider that while watching this video, and thank you for that if you do. So now let's move on with the video. Today's video is going to be an episode on a nor'easter, or a potential for a northeast snowstorm. I don't really want to call it a nor'easter because I don't think it's going to be powerful as a nor'easter. One day the GFS was showing a nor'easter along with the European model. Now they're completely not showing anything. So this definitely is something that we'll need to watch due to the fact that it's constantly changing. We're still around 84 hours out from it. So the NAM is already in on it, and it could tell it could already forecast that far out. And the NAM is showing a snowstorm for the Northeast, or a snow event. And the NAM has been really accurate lately, so I do think that the NAM has some truth with it. But let's just see what happens. So you can see this is the first part. This is the low. It travels, it leaves the northern part up into the Dakotas, and then this storm tracks across right here across the, you could see southern Pennsylvania, southern New Jersey, around the Washington DC area, and that passes through without not much. You can see there's a second low that develops right here, and that could also slide the coast, glide. But not much snow with the GFS. I mean, if we're wondering how much snow, potentially most areas, the most could get up to 13 in the mountains, but that's still over exaggerating in my opinion, based on the GFS. Most areas 3-4 inches of snow, so nothing too significant. North Carolina could see some snow again. Southern New Jersey, New York does not look to be hit with this storm. Now we go on to the NAM model. The NAM model is the one that is supportive of the heavy snow across the northeast coast. So let's rewind this back to about 0 hours. And here's the first storm. You could see that moved through earlier, the storm that passed through the plains. Now it's out on the coast, but there is a second storm developing, which we're going to be discussing about right now. And this storm leaves that first band of snow right there. And the NAM is, you can see, leaves a strip of heavy snow across areas like Jersey, New Jersey, New York, southern Pennsylvania, northern parts of Washington, D.C., or like Baltimore. And then you can see we don't really know what happens afterwards because it doesn't go out that far. But if you're wondering how much snow the NAM leaves behind, you could see quite a bit of snow in some areas, up to 16, 18 inches of snow. So cities like New York City, Philadelphia could get impacted by this. Long Island cities in Long Island, and even we don't know what's going to happen out here because it doesn't go out as far. But you can see even some snow in Indiana could be potential for. So this system again could leave up to 13 inches or up to 4 inches. We don't know at this point. I'm leaning towards the fact that this storm won't really develop. However, I don't know. If you go to the European model, it agrees with the GFS. You can see very similar setup, and you can see it skims the coast right there, Washington DC, with some snow. Doesn't leave much snow behind, and even if it does show quite a bit of snow, you can see that green. It's overhyped. I don't think that's gonna really happen. But that's anyways not in the most populated areas. That's 8 inches of snow max. And you can see it's a small area, again, sort of like the GFS, very similar to the GFS you could see. So I'm leaning towards the fact that this storm will probably most likely not be too strong. It probably will something happen. I just don't think that this storm will be too powerfully strong. And I don't know, guys. This could really be another surprise, another overachiever. It could be another storm where the NAM is again right for the 5th time in a row, and it leaves up to 15, 16 inches of snow. However, at this point, our best bet is to go with the GFS and European, since those are one of the two best forecasting systems. And if they agree, which they rarely do, then that always indicates something. So I don't know. They have all been constantly switching. The NAM has been the most consistent. So at this point, I still am going with the European and the NAM. I mean, the European and the GFS, even though the NAM has been most consistent, because 2 against 1 is better. Actually, 3 against 1, because let me show you the Canadian model. The Canadian model also agrees with the GFS and European model. I'm fairly certain. You can see same thing, leaves snow in the plains, and that goes a little bit further north in the other models. And you can see it leaves a swath of snow behind. And the Canadian could you can see it kind of tries developing this nor'easter right here on the east coast. However, that doesn't strengthen until it hits areas like Nova Scotia. So the Canadian model, if you're wondering how much snow it leaves behind, total snowfall, nothing awfully too much, up to over a foot of snow in areas like over half a foot of snow, 6-7 inches max, areas like Pennsylvania. But if the NAM is right, then there could be much bigger snowfall totals. So you can see it's narrow, but it's definitely potent. So it really also depends on the cold air. So if I would show you how much cold air is going to be, how much cold air is there going to be, we go to thermodynamics, and if this, hopefully this loads, 2-meter temperature. You could see that the main reason why there's not going to be too much turning over with the snow is going to be mainly rain, because there's going to be limited cold air. You could see that this cold air is only in Canada. It's not really reaching the U.S. And you can see it's like barely on there during the night. It reaches further down, and only after the storm does it fully extend down south. But you can see it during the storm. It's going to be wavering in and out of areas like along the I-95 go. This storm definitely is something to watch. Definitely tricky forecast. Definitely a lot of uncertainty, and we just need to watch the storm. And I'll keep making updates. Unless something happens where it just completely blows out, then I'll just be like make a short video and say, okay, guys, this snowstorm is not gonna occur. But at this point, there's a potential for a winter storm across Northeast. So stay tuned. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next episode.